What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sehatha, all-purpose oracle, medium at large, and prognosticator extraordinaire, also known as the Blind Seer, here to try, hopefully, get through this week's content. My kids really needed my attention last week. I was only able to get one video out, so I apologize for that. It will happen again, I'm sure. I'm a single father. That's a thing. It's very real. So I've bribed the kids for a little extra time, and hopefully we can get through these today without being interrupted. Probably not. Gonna have a cigarette, a little bit of coffee before we start. My favorite deck, my Prisma Visions that I love so very much, got ruined. I don't know how. Something got spilled, and all of the cards were stuck together by the time I found it. So I am back to using my original basic Rider-Waite tarot that I started the business with and built all of this on until I make the money for a replacement. Hint, hint. But shouldn't make any difference because it doesn't matter what deck I use, I'm going to get the same reading no matter what the cards look like or what they are, because I don't read the same way other people do. So the tool isn't really as important as... I just really like that deck, y'all. Like, that hurt my heart. I loved that deck. That was my favorite one ever. But it's like a $50, $60 deck too, so might be a minute before I get another one. I'll have to see. Depends on how popular I become, I suppose. These cards are a little bit bigger than my Prisma Visions were too, so it's a little trickier to shuffle in this small space. I apologize for the inconsistency in content lately. Honestly, you guys probably don't care as much as I do, I'm sure, because consistency has been the cornerstone of all of this. That's been my the motto of my entire business is consistency, 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 and I have not been living up to that lately, and it bugs me in ways that only a neurotic mess like me could understand. So I appreciate your patience and everything. I'm trying so hard to improve my time management so that I can maintain at least the basic minimum content that I've established I'm going to be doing. And I really want to add more stuff. It's so hard to find the time to do anything lately. I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate. Especially anyone with kids, y'all know. So, I think we'll start off with random readings this time. What we want here is whatever reading will be the most beneficial for the audience and everyone watching this video, for my business, for my family, and for everyone involved. Not super strong pull, but looks like it's going to the left. A little bit out of practice, I guess. Dice. Get my book. I love these little bookmarks, little bird skulls. They were supposed to be ravens. I don't know if they are or not, but it looks cool. People argue with me on one of my pages about what those skulls were, what kind of bird they are, and honestly, I'm not that super concerned with it, for one thing, but if you're going to come at me with that kind of negativity, I'm just going to block you. I have too much going on to have time for all that. We have the number one. Oh, and by the way, I have my contacts in again today, so at least I'm not doing without my favorite deck and without being able to see. So number one, like I've mentioned before, is like source code type stuff. It's like coming deep life lessons, like big destiny type things. Transitional phases where important lessons are learned. That's usually when you'll start seeing ones. Whenever you're following the path, when you're in line with the Tao. So that's one and the letters A, J, or S. So if you have the initials A, J, S, or you've been seeing the number one a lot, this is for you. The Queen of Cups. Your emotions are on hold right now when it feels like they should be reaching their peak. Something is keeping that energy from coming to fruition and fully manifesting. The Nine of Wands. So you're being fueled by subconscious passions, but also by subconscious fears. That there's a very primal survival instinct thing that is kicking in that's keeping you from fully giving in to your feelings at this time. And the Ten of Wands. You're just going to have to live the experience and let it overcome you. It'll come in its own time. Things will happen when they're meant to happen. And it's going to be a very joyous, very fulfilling, very like primally satisfying thing for you on a lot of levels. And there's a lot of fire and emotion, and this is all fire and water energy, so it's going to be a little shaky at first, but it ends in the Ten of Wands, which is great because that's a very strong manifestation of your desires and your will and the things that really get you motivated on a primal level. So AJS, it sounds like you are in for a big adventure, and I wish you a lot of luck with that. Don't be too concerned that your heart hasn't caught up with things yet. It will. This is something that will have to progress on its own, as I'm often fond of saying. You can't rip the skin off of a snake. It has to shed at its own rate. So just live the experience and feel the feelings as they come, and don't worry too much about where you think you should be in it. And I wish you the best of luck with that. We're going to move on to the next one because I'm going to try to keep these short and makes them easier to upload. We have the number 5. So 5 is the sphere where obstacles are resolved. It usually is where things kind of come to a head, where energies clash, where conflict and healing and like the reorganizing of things after it comes across that void where control is lost for a moment and then reestablished. So if you're in going through a rough time right now, if you're feeling a lot of conflict and a lot of aggressive attitudes or feelings in your life, you might start seeing 5s a lot. And if you have the initials E, N, or W, if you're seeing the number 5 or you have the initials E, N, or W, this reading is for you. We have the Lover's card. You have recently encountered a new energy that you want to become closer with. This does not necessarily mean a romantic involvement. I talk about this a lot. This card does not mean romance. That's the Two of Cups. This means a combining of two energies, a partnership, teamwork, a union of equal but opposite energies. So it's more of a coming together of forces than it is a romantic entanglement of any kind. And anyone who says different is wrong. The Hermit inverted. So this is going to require you to open yourself up a little bit more and put yourself out there, take a little bit of risk, and I encourage you to do that. I encourage everyone to do that just in general, but you specifically in this situation, that is what's going to be required of you for success. More generally for everyone, just do that. It makes life so much more fulfilling, and it enriches your experience so much more when you confront your fears and insecurity and you put yourself out there in the world. You'll always be amazed by the response that you get. Do it every time you get the opportunity. But specifically in this reading, this new partnership or this new energy you've encountered, whatever it is, it's going to require you to take some leaps of faith and to have a little bit of belief in yourself that maybe you didn't have before. So you're going to have to put yourself out there, and you need to be willing to do that in order to succeed at this. You have the Eight of Cups inverted. So don't get emotional about the results of this. Try to be analytical. Try to be very objective. You need to compartmentalize, and don't let your fears and your anxieties overcome your desire for success and what originally fired you up about this idea or partnership or whatever it is that you're engaging in now. Don't lose sight of that because you get insecure or because you feel a little depressed or because you don't feel like you're getting the response that you expected. If you just keep trying, I swear you'll get there. You'd be amazed. I've done it over and over. It always happens. It's just a matter of time and consistency. So I wish you the best of luck with that. ENW or the number 5. Put yourself out there, take a risk, and reap the reward. Don't worry about your fears. Don't let your anxieties get in your way. And I wish you the best of luck. I'll do 1 or 2 more and we'll wrap up with a general reading, and I'll try to get on to the elemental signs. I am going to put out all 5 videos this week. I am going to do that. I am determined to, no matter what it takes. 0. Alright, you know what? That's the... for 0, I just do the general reading anyway, so I'm going to do the general reading and call this one a wrap. And then I'll get on to the others, the elemental signs, so that I can cover a little something for everybody, because a lot of people got left out last week. So we're just going to do that. We'll do the general, we'll do our little closing, and we'll call it a wrap and move on to the next set. So, general reading, we have the King of Cups. Everyone is coming to the end of an old emotional cycle. We are shedding old ways of feeling about things, and we are gaining new emotional wisdom that we did not previously possess. The Star, we are being guided by greater forces. We are led by our intuition. We are receiving signs from the universe telling us what our true direction should be. And we're given the opportunity to have the obstacles removed from our path in pursuing those things. Because really, what else do most of us have to do right now? The Magician. The lesson here is one I've been stressing since the beginning of all of this. Take charge of your own life. Be the one in power. Be the one controlling your situation. That's where all of this is leading. It's trying to put you in a position where you are the one calling the shots, where you're not working a 9 to 5 and where you're not depending on somebody else for everything that you have, where you are the one who, by your own talents, by your own wisdom, by your own power, are achieving the goals that you set for yourself. This is an opportunity to do that. You just have to find your way and your niche. There's a market out there for everyone. I swear there is. Most people wouldn't believe that, but I know from personal experience there is a market for everyone, and you will be surprised that if you just take a chance, how much success you could have. And I am encouraging all of you to do exactly that. Take charge of your own lives. Follow your passions. Follow your heart. Do exactly what it is you've always wanted to do, because nothing is stopping you right now. And take advantage of this opportunity that we have, because it may never come again. With that, I'm going to call this a wrap. I wish everyone the best of luck. I really encourage you to follow your passions, to find something that fires up your soul, and to put your entire heart and soul and being into it. Just like I've done here and with so many of my other projects. I promise you it is the most fulfilling thing you could possibly do with your life. And if you enjoyed this video, if any of this was helpful, then I am really glad. And if you would like to toss a coin to your seer, there are plenty of links down in the description where you can find a way to do that, or you can buy a personal reading if you would like some more information. You can check all of those out while you're down there hitting the like button for this video and subscribing to my channel. Be sure that when you do, you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I post new content. And check me out at Real Blind Seer on Facebook or Blind Seer Official on Instagram to see all of the great photography and the weekly and monthly readings that I post. Be sure to check out the video library here on the channel for lots of extra information. Everybody always wants to learn from me, but I'm not the guy you want to teach you. Everybody wants to learn from me until I challenge their illusions the way I've challenged my own, and then they want to teach me. So I just don't do that. But I put lots and lots of information that I studied that helped me along my path to do what I do now in the video library on this channel for you guys to enjoy, and I really hope that you do. I hope that I will see you all next time, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and get on to the next set of videos. Thank you guys for tuning in.